So, back for another episode of Believe in Boyt with this Buzzwole team. And yeah, I forgot that there was going to be a new season because new month. So here we are back in Great Ball after working so hard to climb out of Great Ball, falling right back into it. But I guess I get the extra BP and stuff that you get from getting to Master, so we take those. But yeah, got to climb back up. So should be 6 games away once again from Master, and we'll have to see if Buzzwole can do it this time. Because Spectria and Colossal were able to do it. Well, I guess I still have Spectria on this team. So we'll have to see if Spectria and Buzzwole are able to do it this time, which is actually a reasonable combination. Like, Ghost and Fighting is obviously a good combination. But let's see how this one goes. Trying to climb right back up into Master immediately. So, pretty standard team. So, I want to Tailwind as they Trick Room, but if they lead with Metagross or Landorus, then Nihilego almost certainly can't do that, which is not ideal. I do want to lead with Nihilego, though. I'm going to lead with Spectria as well, I think, because then I can at least Will-O-Wisp either the Landorus or the Metagross. If there's an Urshifu, then that means that Buzzwole is good. Buzzwole is not bad here, especially if it gets into Trick Room. It can definitely get a sweep going. And then Rotom Wash is pretty good. Yeah, it's kind of got to be Rotom Wash, doesn't it? Even though Salamence is really good against Urshifu. Metagross, it's fine. No, it's got to be Rotom, doesn't it? So I'm hoping for Whimsicott and not Metagross / Landorus, and then I can just click Trick Room immediately. Even though they are almost certainly going to taunt me, because that's just how it goes. People are learning, but we will see. Okay, I can deal with Urshifu. Okay, good. It was Single Strike. I was just had a panic attack for a second there. If that was Rapid Strike, Rapid Strike could OHKO the Nihilego. But this is okay, because I am going to click Trick Room, and I'm going to switch into Buzzwole, because Buzzwole is a hard counter to Urshifu. So this should be okay, because they need to Tailwind to put themselves faster than the Spectria to stop them being Will-O-Wisp before they Wicked Blow. But in doing so, opens them up to be Trick Roomed upon. So, hopefully, no taunts. No taunts, please. Very kind of you. Thank you very much. That's a Detect. And a Tailwind! Perfect! So, this looks like it's going to be an Ultra Beast sweep at this point. So, that is very good. So, I do kind of need to be wary of Encore. Encore could screw that up, but Encore is so uncommon at this point. So I reckon I'm going to get my Meteor Beam going. No, I don't need to, because I'm going to double up into the Whimsicott. I've got Dual Wing Beat. Would that KO? I don't think so. Because Talonflame doesn't, so, and that's Stab. I reckon that I can get away with just a Knuckle here into the Urshifu. Because I think the Whimsicott is... Oh, is this going to be good? That's okay, that's okay. Because I reckon the Whimsicott isn't Focus Sash, so I should be able to just get away with a single attack into the Whimsicott. And this should give me a Beast Boost as well. So that's going to be pretty good. And then next turn I can go for a Flutterby, and then both my Pokemon will be super safe. But get to Dynamax the Buzzwole, which is what I wanted to do, so... This is hopefully going to be a Buzzwole sweep at this point. And the fact that they Tailwinded means my Nihilego is definitely slower. I need to listen to this than their Tapu Fini. Okay, so that was just like a singular cry, which usually isn't that interesting, but that was a cool cry. Like, I did have Encore! Like, I was just saying how uncommon Encore was. What is this? Well then. Still think that's not too bad, because I'm still going to Trick Room next turn, unless they have Taunt. They kind of need to have Taunt, because they can't KO my Nihilego. They can't stop me from Trick Rooming again. I am just going to Trick Room again. And I'm going to Flutter by the Whimsicott this time. It was me saying how uncommon Encore was. And then I run into the one person out of 1,000 that is running it. It's still a good move. Like, you can Dynamax out of it. And I could have Dynamaxed my Ego out of it. But I needed to Dynamax the Buzzwole, so, you know. Could have switched to Rotom as well. That would have worked just as well. So I don't think my play was greedy at all, because Encore is so uncommon. It was just the only thing that could have been bad, but I still think this is okay. Unless they have Taunt as well. If they have Taunt as well, then that is not ideal. Dynamaxing Finny, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that for sure. So they're going to be -1 special attack after this. They will not KO my Buzzwole with the Assault Vest. Like, surely I survived the 2 Moonblasts, the Moonblast and the Starfall. Okay, they Moonblasted the Nihilego. They want a Geyser to stop the Trick Room, but Nihilego's got amazing special bulk, so I reckon I'm still going to live this. Unless they are some kind of boosting item. There we go. And next turn, I'm absolutely switching out my Nihilego if... no, not even if. It's still Encored. I'm absolutely switching out my Nihilego. Was it Focus Sash? That looks like Focus Sash, so I wonder what the Urshifu is then, because it protected. And usually if you have Detect, then you have Focus Sash, so I'm going to be curious, because it's either Sash or Choice Band at this point. I'm going to be curious to see, well, if I'm going to be able to see what that was, but that's pretty good, because I got the Finny using the Dynamax, which is a suboptimal Dynamax at this point, and now I have fresh turns of Trick Room as well, which is wonderful. So I can either choose Flutterby to really cripple this Finny, or I can choose Knuckle to boost myself even more, but I don't think I need to boost myself even more, because +1 is pretty good. And it's going to be +2 as well, actually. I don't need +3. +2 is good enough. And I might as well definitely survive Finny. That was so Urshifu isn't Focus Sash. That means I can just OHKO it with close combat. Maybe even Leech Life, which will be nice. Okay, that's okay. I don't think Metagross can take this. This is +1 Flutterby from Buzzwole. This should KO, right? Okay, Metagross is a beast, but fair enough, fair enough. Still think it's fine because the Finny's at -2. Like, they used their Dynamax on Finny instead of Metagross. So look at this. I am going to shrug this off. See, look at that. That was pathetic. Excellent. The Tailwind is gone, so it will now come down to speeds on who is faster. But that's not so bad, because I can just pretty safely Nasty Plot here and Leech Life the Metagross. Because Rotom pretty much walls the Metagross. Not really walls the Finny, but, you know, Finny's at -2 at this point. Protect, don't care. That's just a free Nasty Plot at this point. Okay, so they do underspeed, which is a little bit disappointing, but I am going to be able to take another Starfall, which is nice. And they're going to lose their Dynamax now, so I'm just going to be able to KO them with the Thunderbolt. Though, to be fair, my Pokemon are pretty weakened at this point. So Urshifu may be able to come in and sweep, but I guess I probably am able to Will-O-Wisp it. It will be close. It will be close to the next. Like, I thought I was in a pretty good position, even after getting Encored. I thought I was looking pretty good, but apparently not. It depends on how slow this Metagross is, or if it's super fast. Whether it can get some extra chip. So if I take unnecessary chip on the Rotom, I guess Rotom's pretty much at full. Well, it is at full, but will be probably pretty much at full at the end of this turn. And I guess it's also... okay, they are slow. But... ooh, is that going to KO? That's probably going to KO. Probably should have switched there. How many turns of Trick Rooms left? There's one more turn, right? That's just on instinct that there's one more turn. Could have left the Finny on the field as well. Go into Nihilego. Because if there's one more turn of Trick Room, then I want to just be able to KO it. Because the Urshifu is not Assault Vest, it's not Focus Sash. So I can just KO it with Rotom here. Pretty confident that I would be able to KO it. Hydro Pump absolutely would, but surely Thunderbolt does. And even if it doesn't, it will put it into Shadow Ball range, and my Spectre is EV to survive a Sucker Punch from Urshifu. But is it worth protecting? I'm not sure it is. Nihilego doesn't threaten too much, to be fair, so I'm just going to Meteor Beam the Metagross. Even if they Iron Head KO my Nihilego, then I'll just get the paid switch into Spectria. And then I'll be able to Will-O-Wisp the Urshifu and Thunderbolt the Metagross next turn. So I think that's better for me. Sacking Nihilego means the paid switch into full health on Spectria. And this also doesn't give them Tailwind. So should be okay. What is the best way to do it though? Because I think I'm clicking Will-O-Wisp. Could Bulldoze and put my Rotom faster than their Urshifu, but then I'm still I'm EV to take a Sucker Punch. They might be Black Glasses. I think because like their item is up in the air at the moment, I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp because of Black Glasses. But it's just, do I Will-O-Wisp because I'm gonna KO the Urshifu with Thunderbolt? No, I wall the Metagross. I should be fine to just Will-O-Wisp. Okay, so I made the correct play, absolutely. Okay, they didn't Sucker Punch and I missed Will-O-Wisp, so that is worst case. So I do need to KO with this Thunderbolt now. Okay, they went for Rotom. That's gotta be Black Glasses. Life Orb. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. But that means that this Rotom should be able to KO the Urshifu now. Because they won't have any bulk. And then I still should be fine. I just need to attack twice at this point. Just hit 2 attacks. So my Spectria doesn't outspeed Whimsicott, so if they've got Energy Ball or something, Moonblast might KO, but even then, like, pretty sure my Spectria should be fine. I'm going to Thunderbolt the Whimsicott and Shadow Ball the Metagross. I think that's the best way around to do it, but I should be okay. Okay, fair. But that means I'm still Will-O-Wisping, hopefully, the Metagross. Good, that was a 50-50 at that point. Was it 50-50? What are the mechanics of Encore? Because I was targeting the Metagross. Did it I need to double check that. It's been a while since Encore things. So I need to double check that mechanic of whether it is 50-50 or if it targets. Was it what I targeted last turn? No, it wouldn't have been because I targeted the Urshifu. But yeah, I've definitely won at this point. That was a pretty good game. I thought it would be much more straightforward than it ended up being, but... Oh yeah, have to use Will-O-Wisp. Fair enough. That confused me for a second, but we're all good. Nice. So, starting the climb again, back up to Master. It's like I said before, you don't see Encore really. And then just the one time, when you speak it into existence. So... Assault Vest, Super Berry, Citrus Berry, yep, just pretty standard. Wars Life Orb. I do rate Life Orb on Urshifu, both Urshifus. And, okay, they didn't have Taunt or anything, so fair enough. Alright, continue the climb. Yep, that tiny little bit, that's always at the start. not too bad. That was a reasonable showing of Buzzwole. It didn't get to technically wall the Urshifu, but still put in quite a lot of work. Okay, this is quite interesting. Again, I want to Trick Room with Nihilego. But people are getting wise to it and just taunting. And Nihilego actually looks really good here. If I can get into Trick Room, I'm probably maxing Nihilego. Salamence looks pretty good. But then Salamence is a fast mode. So I might lead Salamence and Nihilego and decide if I need to Trick Room or Airstream. And that also gives me the option of just hard switching Salamence into a Trick Room sweeper. I don't think it's Buzzwole, unfortunately. There's too much threat against Buzzwole, like 2 flyings, 2 fairies, some Wormwinds. Rotom Wash is pretty good. And I think this might be Metagross. So I could switch immediately into Metagross and Trick Room if the lead dictates it. And if they don't lead with Tornadus, then I might just Airstream them immediately. I may not Airstream immediately. What do I do for this one? Is it worth Trick Rooming? I'm not sure. I reckon it might be better to just... I'm going to Meteor Beam and... I want to Quake, but then they could... Yeah, no, if I Quake as well, then that means that if they Volt Switch into a Flying type, Meteor Beam is going to bop them. That's the logic I'm going with here. And if they Electro Web, then I can just Max Guard and Trick Room next turn. And even though this is off Bulldoze, Bulldoze Max Quake is still enough to Oko Stack Attacker, so it's good enough for me. And it has better synergy with Metagross. So, is this going to be Electro Web? Is it going to be Volt Switch? It's Light Screen first, obviously, but what is it going to be? Okay, Electro Web, so I am Trick Rooming next turn, for sure. The Regieleki is definitely gone. I guess not definitely, because it could be Focus Sash. That looks like Focus Sash, so it looks like the Meteor Beam is not going to be redirected into the Grimmsnarl, unfortunately. And I also have to hit the Meteor Beam, and it might be better if I don't, because then I can absolutely Trick Room. Because if I hit the Meteor Beam, they can switch into something that could KO the Nihilego. So, we will see. Quite a long animation factoring in all the charging stuff as well, isn't it? But it did hit, so... Actually, no, I don't think I knew at that point. I think I needed to wait for the text. But it definitely is one of the coolest animations. Good reason to use Nihilego, just in general, because its animation is so cool. But what are they going to go into? Because if they go into something that can threaten Salamence, I'll get Trick Room. If they go into something that can threaten Nihilego, Salamence is still looking very good, even with -1 speed. Which I can Airstream back up to neutral for. So, this is still fine, even though they've got the screen as well. Hydreigon, okay. So, awkward. I think that's the most awkward you could have gone into, because they could Wormwind KO my Salamence, or they could Quake KO my Nihilego. That's the worst possible one you could have gone into. What are you doing? It's got to be Salamence though, right? You have to. You have to. Oh, that. I don't like that. That was rude of them going into this mind game play If they get it right, they just win, because then they can KO my Salamence and I can't beat the Hydreigon at that point. So I didn't factor in Hydreigon, I guess, too much into this, which I probably need a Buzzwole for. So this has to be Wormwind. If it is Quake, I will lose. Moment of truth. Still don't get to find out, because they're getting the Reflect up first. Okay, that's not as bad, maybe. Yeah, that was not as bad, because Quake would have done it, but Steel Spike was not enough. So that's good now. Feeling a little bit better about that, because now I can just double up into the Hydreigon with Wormwind and Sludge Bomb, and even with the screens and the defense, because I'm +1 special attack, it is an Outrage Wormwind. Should be okay. They max guard and Spirit Break. That could be bad, because then they'll probably be able to KO me next turn. It also depends on how fast the Grimmsnarl is as well. I was going to say, because it does underspeed the Salamence, but at least I get this final Wormwind into the Hydreigon. And that was good damage as well. And this poison as well that didn't happen. But yeah, this will still do good damage. Probably put it in range of whatever next turn. That seems like it's in range of whatever. So that should be fine. Because they'll KO one. And then I'll just go into Metagross and Ice Punch them. They had Quake! They had Quake and they did not Quake. If they Quaked, they would have won. I guess... So my thinking there was then I would have to switch out Salamence on the Dynamax to bring it back in to be able to outrage them, because then I'd outspeed them, because the Electro Whip drop would be gone. But, yeah. I don't know why they didn't Quake. They had Quake. And they did not Quake. Yeah, it should be Metagross here. I can even keep my Salamence if I Ally Switch. But then that risks, because I'll have to collect Dual Wing Beat to technically be safe. So I don't think that's worth. So I'm just going to try and Bulldoze. I'm not going to succeed because they should Spirit Break me, but I don't want to risk Dual Wing Beats. That's not worth. Because I could have Ally Switched this, but then, you know, Dual Wing Beat. I've missed so many Dual Wing Beats. I've missed way too many Dual Wing Beats. It should be okay. Unless they do have a Dark move on the Grimmsnarl, it will be a bit more awkward of an endgame, but still should be fine. Tornadus, that's fine. I'm just going to double up into that, I think. I don't see a reason not to just go for Ice Punch and Thunderbolt at this point. Well, they've got their screams, they probably will live. Maybe. It'll be close, depending on if they're bulky or not. But I'm not too fussed about the Grimmsnarl. Actually, no, they will live, because they'll Spirit Break my Rotom first. They did. Oh, that's fine. Because now they are definitely KO'd on the Tornadus, because that was a weakness policy, so thank you very much. And it's not in range to two-shot as well, and they tried to talk the Nasty Plot. But that is fine. I am just going for a double attack at this point. And this might just even KO the Tornadus now, because no Steel Spike boosts or anything. So I'll just chip away at this Grimmsnarl at this point. Sucker Punch doesn't KO me without a crit. And I'm just going to click the 100% accurate move. I guess Sucker Punch crit could be bad, because then they'll be able to Spirit Break me down. But that's not a critical hit, so that's just going to be a KO this turn. Not bad, not bad. So, again, getting the Trick Room up was very nice. They had a chance to stop it. They just literally just needed to Quake. Did they Rage Quit? They Rage Quit. Lol. But yeah, I don't know why they didn't Quake. There's, like, you get a defense boost against the Salamence that you outspeed, and you definitely stop the Trick Room. So, you know. Not sure about that one. Not sure about Calm Mindless Finny. I'm not sure about Finny in general, but, you know. You need to put it in the Pokemon Center. That makes me uneasy having the... Oh, this makes sense. Having the PP down like that. Citrus Berry, was it bulky? Doesn't look like it's bulky. I had Surge Bomb though. Yeah, we saw that was Life Orb, and they had Earth Power. And then... They had screens on both. What's the point of that? That seems like overkill. Oh well. And there's Focus Sash without max speed as well. So I'm pretty sure I saw no speed investment. That seems odd, but... There we go. Okay, and once again, a little bit of a bigger climb at that point. Finding someone straight away is always appreciated. Oh, it's Sand with an Entei. So Buzzwole eats up Sand. But then the Thundurus and the Entei are a bit awkward. I reckon I'm going to leave Spectria here and try Tortoise or something, even though they got a Finny, I guess. Buzzwole is good here, though. If I can just avoid those Airstreams and the Sacred Fires. I think this makes it a little bit more awkward, I guess. Thinking of leading Salamence, but I'm not sure about that. Because I would need lead Nihilego if they lead Sand. Like, surely they won't. I'm definitely bringing Rotom. I might just lead Rotom with Nasty Plot turn 1, to be fair. I'm bringing Buzzwole to this one. And... No, I don't want Nihilego. I want Metagross. I want Metagross. Feeling Salamence a bit more. I'm gonna go Salamence. Metagross is fine. But too late now. We're just gonna sweep with Buzzwole anyway. Okay, that's not Sand, but that would have been a perfect lead for Salamence. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to force the Spore. If they Spore, you get burned. So it's your choice. Leading with Salamence would have been lovely. Because that would have been an immediate KO into the Amoonguss. If they Sword Stance here, then they've got to be Rage Powdering. Oh, okay. Am I Will-O-Wisp-ing the T-Tar? I'm not Will-O-Wisp-ing anything, and they can still Spore my Rotom. But this is good, because this is a free Nasty Plot for my Spectria. No, I don't have Nasty Plot on the Spectria. I've got Bulldoze like a fool. But yeah, I'm going to be put to sleep on the Rotom. I'll wake up at some point. And I reckon I'm just snarling until I wake up at this point. I've never understood having Amoonguss and Finny on the same team, but here we are. I'm going to snarl. What do I have in the back? Buzzwole, and yeah, so I need to just do whatever. But I will snarl you down. You can't put me to sleep. If you can't mind, I'm just matching that with the snarls, so I'll Thunderbolt you at some point. Who is faster between Rotom and Finny? Their Finny is faster, fair enough. We'll find out if they're Specs or not. That's probably not Specs. Special attack drop is whatever. I'm not sure what they're doing with the Amoonguss. Is it Energy Ball? That's Giga. That's not good. That was not what I wanted to see, but at least the burn turn asleep, so I can try and Thunderbolt the Finny now. But they could very easily switch into Excadrill. So I could be try and be cheeky and catch the Excadrill. to Shadow Ball the Finny. And I'm going to try and Thunderbolt it. And if it switches into Excadrill, then that's taking a lot of damage from the Shadow Ball. I'm surprised they didn't switch. Because, like, if you're being snarled, you're doing nothing. So, seems a bit odd, but here we are. This combination will KO the Rotom. It's a shame I didn't wake up, but it's not too bad. Because even if I lose the Rotom, then I can just go for Airstream next turn with the Salamence and just Snarl. So I'm going to Shadow Ball the Amoonguss this time. And I'm going to Helping Hand, expecting myself to be KO'd, and see if I just get extra chip. Which I do, so we take those. Okay, got that perfect, so that's pretty good. How much is this going to do? Because this will be a very nice chunk now. That is a good chunk. And that's Citrus Berry, which doesn't really matter because I'm going to into Salamence and Airstream next turn, I think. Could go into Buzzwole. Because I am snarling them down a bit. And their Moonblast will do nothing. I can get some... I guess get an Airstream with a Buzzwole. That's tempting. That's too tempting. Because I'm just going to Snarl and Airstream the Amoonguss now, because I know it's not Cobra. Definitely Snarl and Airstream. And then they'd have to go into T-Tar to be able to get that extra drill faster. But at this point, Buzzwole could be looking pretty good. Because their Finny's going to be snarled down. If they got Sand in the back like T-Tar and Excadrill, Buzzwole eats that up. They would have to have Thundurus, but then I should be... Did I put my... I wouldn't be faster than Thundurus. But then I'll be able to Will-O-Wisp the Thundurus as they Airstream. And then I could still be okay. Taking quite a long time to think. Guess they're deciding if they switch out. Which is still reasonable. Okay. That's good. That's good. They did bring T-Tar. There is no Thundurus. Buzzwole is just about to go on a rampage. Why do you not respect the Buzzwole? You didn't bring Entei or Thundurus. I'm glad I went to Buzzwole this turn instead of Salamence. This Buzzwole is about to put in a lot of work. Like, they protect the Amoonguss? Even then? Like, is that bad? And they didn't even? So, Amoonguss is definitely getting KO'd to this. Like, surely. Because there is no Kobo Berry. And then I'm going to be +1 on the Buzzwole. I'm just going to be able to knuckle everything. Like, even the Finny let itself take a lot of chip from the Shadow Ball. And if they go into Finny, don't really care. Like, I could probably just KO that with Shadow Ball. Like, maybe not. The Misty Terrain's going to end this turn, right? Or it's either this turn or next turn. Yeah, it was this turn. So if they switch into Finny, then I can't Will-O-Wisp the Tyranitar. But that's not the worst thing. Okay, it went into Excadrill, fair enough. I'm just going to Shadow Ball and knuckle that. And that very easily could be a KO. I'm not sure it will be if they Steel Spike. Or even if they Quake, because then the Shadow Ball does less. But I'm +1 attack on the Buzzwole now, so it should be doing a lot. Any Sash on T-Tar is broken as well, from the Snarl. And does Spectria even outspeed Excadrill at this point? Maybe. I'm not sure, but we'll see if it's done, because they surely can't KO my Spectria with anything. They definitely can't KO my Buzzwole with anything. Max Guard would be worst case. But even then, they're wasting a turn of Dynamax. And I'll probably just do the same thing again next turn. Because the Finny's going to be super close to being into dual Wing Beat range. And I could probably just double up onto it with dual wing beat and double dual wing beat, to be fair. Would probably be the best way I'd be able to hit it with the elements and the Buzzwole. Okay, no max guard. Should be surviving the steel spike. Would definitely survive the steel spike. Like, look at that. Buzzwole is just gonna body sand. Okay, is this gonna put it in range? Because Knuckle is weaker than close combat. Close combat I would have been very confident would have still KO'd. But Knuckle... Okay, even I'm disrespecting Buzzwole at this point. Okay, fair enough, we never find out because, you know, the curse is still active, so we will never know, but there we go. It's just going to be a clean sweep for Buzzwole. They didn't bring Thunderous, they didn't bring Entei. They just did not respect Buzzwole in the slightest. And it's about to sweep them. So I'm pretty happy with this. They're not Citrus Berry, so they could still be Super Berry. In fact, they probably are Super Berry, because, you know, not Citrus or Lefties. But I am going to go for a Shadow Ball and a Flutterby into the Finny, because I do not care about the T-Tar. Because, you know, that's obviously going to protect from the Knuckle. So might as well KO the Finny, even though I'd have definitely survived anyway. I could have got away with a Flutterby into the T-Tar, to be fair, because that would have KO'd, and it would have still got the special attack drop on the Finny. But I reckon with the +2 that this Flutterby is going to KO the Finny, because Super Berry is not going to be enough. Just look at this. Easy. Buzzwole sweep. In the second episode as well, so I'm very happy with this. This is exactly what the Fun Con Mons are supposed to do. Like, if you're not prepared for them, then they can very easily sweep. He was prepared. He had Thunderous. He had Entei. But he did not respect Buzzwole. Now I can choose either Leech Life or Close Combat to KO this T-Tar. So I'm just going to go for Shadow Ball. I'm going to Leech Life because then I don't have to click any more buttons than necessary, because Leech Life is definitely still going to KO and they're going to forfeit anyway. Oh no, they didn't. Nice. Respect to that guy who didn't respect Buzzwole. Very good. I guess that was technically suboptimal. Well, I guess it could have been Drain Punch instead of Close Combat. I was going to say because it could have been Lunge or Fell Stinger. But, you know, might as well get Buzzwole back at the full HP so they did no damage to it. Excellent. That was pretty good. That was definitely a good episode. Like that should be back up to rank 10 back into Ultra. So again, even though I have to start the climb again, Buzzwole putting in work.